All right, all right. So you're talking about camera reselling.
Yep, I just got
Um,
into that.
and anything else you want to cover? I know you were saying you're doing some thrift store stuff.
Yeah, trying. It's
Yeah.
still new to me. I just went to the Goodwill bins earlier and found a couple things, but not too many.
Yeah, like stuff you're trying to stretch it out and make it work.
Yeah, I went with another couple that I actually met the first weekend that I quit my job. I decided to start doing yard selling and stuff, and so I pull up to this yard sale, and there's this other couple there, and we were like, it said there was a yard sale there, and the guy had stuff out, but no one was there. Like no one was answering the door or anything. So we're like, what the heck? And so that's how I connected with them. I'm like, are you guys reselling or whatever? So they're like, yeah. And I followed them around to like a couple other yard sales, and they if it wasn't for them, I probably would have a bunch of junk on my hands because they kind of guided me on like what to look for when selling on eBay and like how to look for what is actually selling. So like you could look something up and it's like, okay, this is listed for
That's a good thought. Let's say that for the call.
all right.
I mean, this is the call, obviously, but
Yeah.
that's a
You
good
want
lesson to learn too as well. Like
all right,
if
cool.
you're out there doing it, people are gonna help you out.
Yeah.
All
Can you hear
right.
my dog barking in the background?
I think I just heard a dog.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not
I'm
like,
downstairs and she's upstairs. She's like maybe go put them outside real quick actually.
yeah. Do it, do it. So we've got German and Jared and Jamie. Nice. German, you're in
So
modern. Are you in modern dating?
yeah,
Okay. Is that what you call it? Modern flirt.
modern success.
Modern success. Modern success.
Yeah, it's pronounced Herman, but it's fine.
Okay, mine.
It's I
Okay.
know it's weird.
Well, I had an option and chose to use the G to its fullest.
Everybody does, so it's okay.
Gotcha, man. Nice. Well, good to have you on, man.
Nice meeting you. Happy to be here.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Oh,
so it's called every week, and decided to make it into a podcast, and the topics are going to be a lot more varied coming up. It's going to be a lot of buying and selling physical products. But some of the guests that I have lined up, let's see, one of them is hardcore into sales,
nice.
solar. So he's basically solar sales, and now he has a solar company, so running a business,
Wow.
uh, hiring people, training people, stuff like that. It's just like good general life stuff. I have a guy that runs he makes six figures doing car detailing. I have another guy that makes a ton of money off free items.
Free
My
items.
free stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, my other buddy has a um pretty successful email marketing company. I'll probably have Jared on here. Jared's the guy that runs Modern Flirting or Modern Success. And then I'm getting this guy says he'll do it, but do y'all know Cody Sanchez?
No.
It's like that. She's like a boss babe,
I gotcha.
totally annoying, but she's she actually has like good, she talks about good stuff. She talks about buying and selling businesses. And
Oh,
I have a friend that does that. He's just not, I guess, not as famous as her because he's a guy, probably.
not as
And
good looking.
but yeah, I'm gonna have some big phone buyers. Might have the guy from Injured Gadgets on here, and a couple digital marketers, and my buddy that runs a really big junk removal company. So, dude, that's awesome, man. We got some good people. Might have to do more than one a week at this pace. Um, okay, I'm do you say it, how you say your name?
It's I've always been called Zachariah, but I think it's pronounced Zechariah.
Zechariah. Okay, yeah.
That's
Just
pronounced.
wondering if we're doing how it looks or how we
Yeah,
feel like doing it.
I
Uh,
just respond to like Zach, same thing.
um, and you're not in my coaching for the local resale stuff, right? Okay, I
No,
thought so. Man, I just help everybody. I help everybody, so I forget who's in my group. All right, I'm
Nice.
gonna introduce you, and then we're gonna, start it right there. It's already recording, but I'll cut all this nonsense out, and we will get to it, man. All right. Welcome to the Make More Money show. I've got my friend Zechariah here. He does a lot of camera reselling and some thrifting. He recently quit his job and does this full time. On this podcast, we're going to talk about a lot of different topics. Right now, it's going to be reselling physical products for the moment, and we're going to evolve into some other topics in the future. Zechariah, thanks for being here, man.
Yo, what up?
All right. So, what I want to get into first is how did you who turned you on to camera flipping?
So camera flipping, so that couple I was meeting or talking about, they basically were like sent me this guy's YouTube and he's like, yeah, these digital cameras sell on eBay. And so I started reaching out to a guy that I had previously bought phones from that works at an electronic recycling company. And I was like, hey, do you guys get these digital cameras at all? And he's like, yeah, we got a bunch of them. And so I was like, sweet. I was like, he's like, I think $10 a piece, and he's allowing me to come and pick them out versus who the person that normally buys them just buys a big box of them at $10 a piece and just gets what it gets. But
Yeah.
he's allowing me to come in before him, pick out what I want, and obviously I'm looking it up and making sure that it's going to resell for more than $10. A lot of them do. And yeah, that's kind of how it started with the digital cameras.
That dude's going to be pissed.
Yeah, he buys like not just the cameras, like basically he'll have like a whole row of just like electronic stuff
Yeah.
that they know the guy's interested in, and then I'll come spend like 80,000 or whatever for that whole row of stuff. And then he
My
goes and
God.
resells it on eBay. Yeah, or different places. Yeah. So this
80.
guy,
So
oh yeah,
there's a lot more to grow with this, right? I mean,
oh
you can
yeah,
buy
yeah.
a lot more than that.
Well, so I think so his system is like, he's got a whole business. He goes and buys this stuff, drops it off at the warehouse, and has employees that go through and sort. And
Sure.
and so like say like they test the cameras or whatever, and they don't work, he'll just group a whole lot of cameras like, hey, these are for parts, blah blah, and then sell them as like a lot on eBay. And but so this guy, I believe you have to have a certain license in order to be a bulk buyer like that from this electronic recycling company.
Yeah,
And so
it's called R2, and it's like
exactly, yep,
$25,000 to get it.
exactly. So I'm able to get in, just so happen to connect with this guy through Marketplace, and we're kind of friends now. So when he finds stuff, he hit me up and was like, "Hey, I got like some Rock Band guitar and Guitar Hero stuff," and like I posted I bought like a lot for like $100. I posted the Rock Band stuff with the drums for $150 that sold, and then I posted one of the Guitar Hero controllers, and within like 5 minutes that sold for like $100 as well. Plus I have like a few other things that I had got from that lot. And then
Wait, hold on, let me get this straight.
yeah.
This guy is your competition, and he's helping you out?
No, he just works for this electronic company, the guy that I'm
Oh,
talking about. There's
okay.
another guy that is the one coming in and buying this whole, stack of whatever electronics and whatnot.
Why is he helping you?
Yeah. Just because he's not benefiting. Well, he does benefit a little bit from it. He'll find things here and
He gets to
there.
keep his job.
Yeah, yeah. He finds things here and there that like, he's able to sell personally to me. And so he makes a little bit of money that way too.
Dude, this is huge, man. Okay, so tell
Yeah.
me, this company is it a nonprofit?
No, they're for profit, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. It's and they're like it's like an hour away from me. It just like so happened to fall into my lap that I connected with this guy through Marketplace because he posted a couple phones,
Right.
and because the company allows him to post some stuff on Marketplace. My
Yeah.
computer is turned on, but so yeah, he just had posted a couple phones, and I was like, hey, I'll buy them. And I was like, you got any more? And the first deal we did, I ended up buying like 20 phones from him. And it was easy for him because he doesn't have to message 10 different people and have them come
Totally.
by. And
Yeah.
it, he's not making much off of it for himself, but I've bought probably like, I mean, it's definitely been over 500 phones for sure. But that was what, I guess, about a year ago that I first connected with him. And I did a batch with him that it was like 300 something iPhone XRs, and I made like 9,000 off that deal, so that was awesome.
Wow.
But
What
yeah,
was
so
wrong with the phones? Were they like MDM
nothing.
locked or something? Oh, okay.
Some of them, yeah. Some of them had the check on it or whatever. Like, say when you checked it, it would say MDM, but it was actually unlocked. And so
Okay.
I think like a small percentage of them were like actually locked. And so I just bought him as is because obviously he doesn't want to go through 350 phones or whatever it was.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I bought him at like, I forget. I think I paid 14,000 but made 9,000 profit. So it was a good
Yeah,
deal.
that works, man. I mean, that's above average when it comes to phone
Oh yeah, yeah. It was
income.
obviously I've only done that once. So there was another deal we did with like I think 50 to 100, and I made like 3,000 off that one. But yeah, it was some good deals with that. And then he just gets phones here and there still that he sells me.
Um, for the people that don't know, MDM is just like when a corporation has a phone,
Yep.
they have certain management software so they can easily put people on, kick them off, sort of deal.
Yep.
So we call it MDM lock. And those are kind of like an in between. It's not as bad as iCloud locked, and it's not as good as a phone that's just flat out unlocked and ready to
Yeah.
go. It's something you can bypass as long as the phone doesn't get restored. And so,
Right.
hey, I'm working on a deal with another reseller right now for some MDM, and I I think in my somewhat experience that those usually the IMEI doesn't go bad, meaning
Hmm.
like it doesn't get blacklisted and it can be used for forever. And
Right.
so my buddy has a store and I sell them to him for essentially like close to market rates. And I just say, hey, the IMEIs are guaranteed. And that's worked out so far. So
Nice.
um, that's what I'm working on that too as well. Um, okay. So tell me, like, are you missing any deals due to finances? Or are you like buying everything you possibly can from this company? Like, are there any opportunities you're missing?
With this specific company, no. I think technically I'm not even supposed to be buying these from them.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Not, no, not that's
Well,
not true.
it's only customer data
Y-
devices from what they've told me.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
no,
they
that's not
sell you a
true.
camera, right?
It's just I'm like the only one of the only people that he's selling to outside of these like R2 certified buyers.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're allowed to with certain things, and then certain things have to be sold through that R2 whatever.
Yeah, I'm surprised he sold you
Yeah,
the
the
XRs,
demos.
right?
Yeah. Um,
Well, no, because they have their R2.
yeah, so for that deal
They wiped it.
specifically, he was waiting on that buyer to, hit him up about him, and they just sat on him for like months and hadn't had a response from them. And obviously, as a business, they need to move their product. So I
Yeah.
guess in their contract somewhere, it's like if you aren't, responding or doing up your side of the deal, we're allowed to outsource these and sell these separately. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Yep. But so that's how I connected with this guy specifically. So when I quit my job and started getting into the more like thrifting and reselling just pretty much anything on eBay, that's when I hit him up. I was like, "Hey, do you have cameras, remotes, um,
Calculators?
calculators?" I haven't bought any from him yet, but I have resold some calculators. um, yeah, calculators, pretty much anything electronic that's being recycled.
Right.
Obviously you can get a hold of it. I just bought some guitars, some like acoustic electric guitars. And the only issue with those where it was like fret buzz. Anyone that knows guitars probably knows what that is. But I paid like 20 bucks per guitar and sold the three for 300 bucks. So
Love that. Love it.
yeah. So just pretty much anything that he comes across, he's like hit me up like, "Hey, I got this or that." He had do you remember the Zune MP3 players? It was like the first MP3 player that came out, the Zune, Microsoft Zune.
Okay. No, I don't.
Anyways, yeah, it was like a brick. It was kind of like the first iPod before iPods were popular. And I bought two of those. They didn't even work, and I sold one for $100.
Just
Yeah,
because
it
it's
was
not hit you or something?
so this one was a Gears of War edition
Oh,
Zune
okay,
MP3
okay.
player. Yeah, that's the one I sold for 100. That one was like 30, but he gave them to me for free actually as like a part of the deal. So yeah, that was nice.
Dude, you got me fired up, man. I'm about to do a. I'm not going to. You got me wanting to call the local place. I called them yesterday. You
Yeah.
inspired me. And I tried so hard to talk them into selling me iPhones. They wouldn't. And I was like, look,
Huh.
why don't you take out the motherboard and then sell it to me?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, maybe. And so anyway, I just never followed up with them because it sounded
Yeah.
like, when you get someone to say yes, but then you feel like,
And
yeah,
it's not
you
gonna
probably sold them so hard that they were just saying yes to get you out of there.
right.
That was the feel I had. But okay, so if somebody was wanting to get into this, they would do what? Like contact all the recyclers in their area kind of thing?
Well, so yeah, I just got off. So like this deal or the connection that I made that we're talking about, like just so happened it wasn't from a call or anything. It kind of fell in my lap. But um, I did just get off the phone not even an hour ago with another electronic recycling company, and I mentioned cameras. I didn't say anything about phones, but they're like, yeah, we just fill up a big old box full of cameras, and you pay like 50 cents per pound or whatever. And
Yes. Yeah, they sell by the pound, dude.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy. I know a guy
yes,
that does like the guy I'm trying to get on that flips business. He basically buys and sells businesses.
yeah.
I think he said he makes 5 million a year buying well, something like 18, no, I don't know, let's say 10 18 wheelers full of phones a month.
Wow.
And he pays like 50 cents a pound and it's a mix of like
Holy
Androids and
crap.
office phones. Yeah,
Like, oh, so not like iPhones?
not iPhones. But
And he's making five
basically he's
million
paying
a
50 cents a
year?
pound. Let's say that's
Yeah,
$2.50 a phone. And
yeah.
he's like, some of them, a certain percentage are going to be worth 25 to 50 bucks. Sell those on eBay. And then
Right.
some of them can be fixed up. So he's got like a 30,000 square foot warehouse and a full team. And they're
Wow.
basically pimping the phones and then selling what he can on eBay.
Yeah.
And then anything he can't sell, he sells as pre-sorted. So unsorted is $5 a pound, pre-sorted is 450. So if all he
Uh,
did was buy, let's say 50 grand worth of phones and he couldn't resell any of them, he'd still make 45 grand back. Right. So you got
wow.
almost no risk, only upside.
Yeah, I need to listen to this guy.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna give us the goods,
All
but
right.
definitely gonna interview him and I'm gonna try. I'm gonna shoot my
Yeah.
shot for sure. Um, yeah, he charges something like 50 grand for mentoring for like half a day.
Holy, uh, holy crap.
And he doesn't even teach the phone stuff. That's just kind of like his little pet project. Then he makes
Yeah.
a measly
He's
5 million.
making 5 million, like that's his
Yeah,
income.
yeah, it's his net. Yeah, and that's
Holy,
just one of his businesses.
that's
So
crazy.
yeah, that's
We'll get that.
again, he said yes, but
We'll see.
I don't know if I'm cool enough for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you call the recyclers, and
Yep.
what do you tell them?
So I called this one. I was like, "Hey, I'm looking to buy like old digital cameras and like maybe some remotes or whatever. Is that something you guys have that I could buy?" And they were like, "Yeah." So last week I called them. They're like, "Shoot us an email." So I sent an email, didn't hear anything back. So then I just called them today and was like, "Hey, I'm just following up." I spoke with somebody else, so she seemed more like adamant about. She's like, "I'm looking. I'll look for the email. I'll call you back or respond to the email."
Right.
And so yeah, just waiting to hear back and possibly buy a big old tote of cameras and go through those. That'd be awesome. But the cool thing with my other guy is like I get to go there and just pick what I want. But it
Yeah,
still
that
would be
part,
worth it.
right, that part's tough. I tried to put together a deal like this a couple years back, and it was going to be something like 4,500 phones and for like 18 grand. I mean, which sounds amazing,
Yeah.
right? That's what $4 a phone or 450 a phone.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was Androids and it was pre-sorted, so they weren't sorted. And I was like,
Uh,
dude, I could do this, but man, to be honest, I don't know if you ever seen what 4,500 of something
oh
look like,
yeah.
but it is outrageous.
Dude, 300 was a crap ton. Like
Right.
and especially if it's Android and like you obviously don't know what, majority of
Yeah.
them are worth.
Right.
Yeah, it's a risky one. And if you yourself have through that,
I lost you for a second.
back,
You're still breaking up a little bit. Can you hear me?
hello,
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me? It's a little bit
is this
better.
better?
Yeah. Okay, we're back. We're back.
Okay. Yeah, my Wi-Fi sucks. So.
Yeah, and I'm actually on my wife never wanted to get internet here, so I'm on a hotspot.
Oh
But anyway,
snap.
they make you do like 3-year contracts. It's crazy. So
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
okay, so just a simple phone call.
Yep.
You know you're trying to buy some stuff. They send you like an email or a list, and then from there you make a decision. And they sell the stuff by the pound, and then your ideal situation is then you sort through it, make sure it works or whatever, and then you list it
Yep.
on eBay.
That's the plan. Yep.
Dude, anybody got any questions about this? This is good stuff, y'all.
Yeah. And even outside of doing the electronic thing, I think that's going to be where, so far, that's been the biggest, the best thing so far is getting them from the electronic recycling company. Because I've went to like thrift stores and yard sales and stuff like that. So the other day I hit a thrift store down the road and I was like, "Hey, you guys got any cameras?" And they're like, "Yeah, I think so." And like pull a couple out of a drawer, and like a few of them were messed up and looking like junk, but two of them were perfect condition. And I had just sold the one of the ones that I was looking at previously for like $130. And so she's like, "Yeah, I'm thinking like $2 a camera." And I'm like, "Deal, give me those cameras." So I bought
Really?
two. I think I bought four, and I was like, "Here's $10." And those two specifically that I mentioned sold for $130 the next week a piece. So
So that's from
yeah,
thrift shops. So thrift shops
yeah.
is
So a thrift shop, yeah, and yard sales too. You can go to yard sales and find these type of cameras because most people just have they've been sitting for the past 10 years in their junk drawer, haven't touched them. So when
right.
you go to yard sale and find a couple of these, and you're like, "Hey, does it have the charger with it?" And they're like, "No." Well, when was the last time you used it? And they're like, 10 years ago. Like, okay, well, would you do, $2 for it or three or $5? And most of the time they're like, well, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I don't even know if it works, sure. And
Well, they don't even remember what they paid for it, any of
oh
that, right?
yeah, I mean, because brand new, these ones were like, 100, $200. This was 10 years ago, so it's even more expensive now.
Right.
But they're selling now for 100. It depends on which model, but like anywhere from 100 to 200 for some of these digital cameras.
How's that possible?
I don't understand it, bro. I really don't. Like,
Inflation is serious, man.
yeah, well, it's just like it's a nostalgia thing. Like they're not making these all the time.
I
Let
see.
me
I
grab
see.
one like this
Yeah,
one
yeah, show
here.
me one. Show me one. Oh, dude, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, cyber shots, cool pics,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, the Cool Pick, Cyber
Man,
Shot, Power Shot. Those are like the top three. This is one that I got taken apart right here. I'm trying to replace the screen on it.
don't
Yeah,
do that, dude. Throw that away.
no,
Throw that
dude, it's
away.
if I can fix the screen, it's worth a ton, like $130. And the screens only cost $5, and you just gotta pop them in.
Guys, forget what he just said. Scratch that from the record.
I'm telling you.
No,
But
I
yeah,
like to
that's
focus on I buy and sell as is, and
yeah,
it's just a
I usually
personal
do too.
preference. I'm not a fixer, and
Yeah,
I'll do like you did, and I'll do like my dad did his whole life, and say, "Oh yeah, if I can fix that though, it's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be worth something."
right.
And the truth is, I ain't fixing nothing. That's for
Well,
sure.
what sucks with that is I bought two replacement screens for like $5. They sent them, but the one that they sent me, the wire was like flipped backwards, like this piece. It's flipped the other way, so it doesn't fit right in there. So I'm like trying to send them back, but yeah, I probably won't end up messing with it.
Yeah, because then you're like, why do I send it back? It's $5.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be $7 to
But
ship
yeah,
it.
like this I sold for $50.
Game Boy
Game
Advance.
Boy
Oh,
Advance, yeah.
dude.
Yep.
Wow. So any other random flips?
Just yeah, like gaming stuff. Like I got a Super Nintendo. I sold a Nintendo 64 for like $80. PS2 sell for like $100 working condition. Um, Old car radios. The last one on eBay of this sold for $100. I
Dude,
think I paid like
oh,
I paid by the pound for this from
so big.
yeah, from the Goodwill bins.
Yeah.
But yeah,
By
so
the
I
pound,
paid
they have like a scale at the front, like weighing stuff,
yeah,
fruit.
exactly, yeah.
Ah, that's
Yeah, like
nuts, man.
this thing sells for like $60 on eBay.
What is that?
It's a Wally hat from Disney, brand new with the tags on it.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
there's something like specific that you get from like Disney World or
Yeah,
Disneyland.
yeah, yeah.
And you know, they don't make it anymore, obviously. So these have sold for like $60 on eBay.
Is it turn on or something? Looks like a gadget.
No, no, it doesn't. It's just the eyes look like
Oh,
that.
okay, okay. Look like VR goggles.
Yeah, but like Disney stuff, people love Disney stuff. Golf balls I've sold Zyrtec. I got like 20 Zyrtec over here. I found a buyer actually in Florida. He bought 25 of them already, and then yeah, I think I got another 15 right here.
I got you a Zyrtec DB.
Yep. And so I think I'm making like $15 per one on those.
Wait,
So 10
what?
times 50.
Why? What is Zyrtec? Wait, what is Zyrtec?
It's like an allergy medicine. It's over the
Oh,
counter.
it's like a over-the-counter antibiotic
Yeah.
thing. Okay, okay.
Yeah. It's yeah, allergy relief, antihistamine or whatever. But yeah, I connected with this guy from buying an iPad from him, and he's like, "Well, what else you buying?" I'm like, "I don't know, what else you got?" And he's like, "Well, I bought golf
Zyrtec.
balls from him. I've sold about 30 packages of golf balls, making about 10 to 15 dollars per one. And I like sell them in bulk. And then he's liquid IV. I just sold like 20 packages of these.
Yeah, yeah, under those.
Yeah. And then what else? Batteries. I've sold batteries,
Okay, I
Energizer.
have a
Brand.
question. So are you finding that at thrift stores is it hit or miss with how much they want for stuff? Because a lot of
Oh
times
yeah,
I feel
for
like
sure.
thrift stores want like above retail
Oh
for
yeah.
you. Like they sell their stuff crazy high. I don't know how they
Yeah,
how
Goodwill is they're getting over their heads because they know that people come in resell stuff. So they're looking up everything now versus before they wouldn't.
uh,
And you're kind of looking for stuff that slips through the cracks or on the days that everything's marked like 75% off
right,
or a
right.
certain color. So it's like a blue sticker today is 75% off. So I
Okay.
mentioned that ball jam and jelly maker I got. They had a list for 25, which it still sells for $100, but I got it at 75% off. So I paid $5 and sold it for 85.
Nice,
But yeah,
nice.
it's very hard to live off of just Goodwill, depending on where you're at. If you're in like a populated area and the Goodwills are always full, you know, because I've seen videos on YouTube and these guys will go in and find 10 things within 15 minutes and make $300 to $500 in profit. Whereas I'm sitting here, I went to 5 Goodwills yesterday and only found 2 things that, and obviously I'm still learning. So
Well,
there's stuff that I'm
yeah,
sure.
the difference between being a gangster
Yeah.
and being a wannabe
Yeah.
is you go home without making any money.
Yeah.
And that's part for me. That's why I didn't do a lot of that because I was like, "Man, I don't want to go. Actually, like, I don't want to have to go through the learning process of a new.
Right. Yep. Yeah. I'm still learning, but, and like, you know, I thought about maybe getting into clothes and stuff, flipping clothes, but I just don't know enough about it yet. And obviously, it just takes time. And then obviously, you're selling like, you know, some items you're only making $5 to $10 on, but say you're selling, you know, 50 items a day, then it's not terrible.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but yeah, I'm just literally like doing whatever to fill my time, honestly. Now I quit my job, so I'm learning.
Very cool, man. I appreciate you sharing that. Tell me what's your next move?
just build up this eBay store. I'm wanting to get to the point that I'm just going out and sourcing stuff, and then I have an employee, which I do have one person right now that's listing for me. And but I want to get to where I have someone listing and I have someone shipping out, and all I got to do is just go find the stuff
Yeah.
and then make money with that, and then obviously continue doing phones and iPads and all that good stuff as well.
Um, Side point, if you need help with the hiring process, just let me
Yeah.
know and I'll share any tips I have with
Oh,
you as
sweet.
far as work for me. Yeah. Because
Heck
yeah,
yeah.
checks in on my phones and lists them on eBay
Nice.
and ships and all that good stuff.
Oh
And
yeah.
without that, I just like at some point when you're doing this, you have to narrow it down to like what makes you not only happy, but also what makes you the most money.
Right.
And it isn't listing stuff on eBay. It's definitely not
No.
mailing stuff that sells. And it
No.
sure shit isn't responding to these crazy ass questions that people are always asking.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you've got to like get all that off and then get back to the roots of like, hey, I'm a gold digger. I'm going out here digging for gold. And that's what, that's what we do best.
Yep.
You're more of a gold digger than I am.
Yeah. Trying.
Uh, I like the low hanging fruit. I like to find things where I
Yeah.
know for a fact I'm buy for 100, sell for 150. But you're
Yeah.
like hunting for stuff that you're gonna get for $2 and sell for 150.
Well,
So
so yeah, I bought
I
a
have
remote that I paid $5 for and sold for $300. It
to.
controls. Um, so yeah, it was a weird situation with the guy. He like posted on Marketplace. He's like, remotes by the pound, come by. It's like $5, or it's like 5 to 6 remotes for $5 a pound. And so I'm like, sweet, I'll come check them out. So then I get there and I'm like, yeah, do you care if I sort through these? So I start sorting through them, and I'm like looking them up on eBay. And I had a list of like what I knew was like decent. And I'm just like tossing remotes from one bin to the other, like going through trying to find different ones. I found this one and I was like, that looks weird. So I looked it up and I seen they had sold previously for $300. And I'm like, dude, what the heck? But anyways, I like showed the guy because like he was like asking what I was doing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm looking these up on eBay. And I was like, check out this one, man. And he like got all butt hurt, like because he didn't want to do the work that I was just doing by digging through all these remotes and sorting them out. And so he changed it from $5 a pound to $5 per remote at the end after I'd been there for an hour. And I'm like, dude, like I've been here sorting through these. You couldn't have said that previously, like whatever. But
Yeah.
I was like, I'll
Yeah, I
give
mean,
you
like
six.
you want to be honest in life, but
Mhm.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes it doesn't pay to be that
Yeah, I
honest.
shouldn't. I shouldn't have showed him that. But I mean, I didn't think he cared. I thought we agreed $5 per pound. But
Well,
whatever. I made through. Go ahead.
when you're a good person, you assume everybody else is good people,
Yeah.
and the
Which
problem,
I would.
I don't know, but
Yeah, I think you're cutting out a little bit. You still hear
I'm
me?
cutting out.
Yeah, for a
Yeah,
second
yeah, I
there.
hear you. You're good.
But anyways, I made $300 on the deal, so it worked out.
Yeah, instead of it being what $1, it was $5. So,
Yeah.
but the crappy part is you can't go to that guy again because
Well,
he's
so
better about it, right?
well, I'm willing to pay $5 per remote, but I'm only going to buy the ones that are worth 20,
Right.
30, $50.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I messaged him actually last night and was like, hey, do you got more remotes? And he's like, yeah, but I'm only selling them by the pound. And I'm like, okay, dude, like it's not worth it for me because 99% of them aren't worth anything. So I'm not gonna go buy, all these remotes knowing that they're not worth anything.
Um, well, how many did he have? How many pounds would you say he had for sale?
So the ones that I sorted through, I mean, they had to have been like what, over 100 pounds.
Okay. Uh, yeah. I was just thinking like you could talk him into, let's say, $2 a pound and you just buy them all.
Yeah, if I did it for less, but the thing is he's not gonna sell any of them. Like you're not gonna have. I guarantee no one's gonna come and buy all those at $5 a pound because he probably bought them for $2 a pound or whatever it was.
Oh, he
Um,
probably bought them for 10 cents a pound. He probably paid.
exactly, yeah, even less. And so I'm sure they'll just sit there until finally he messaged me and is like, "Yeah, come look through these." Like, because instead of not selling anything, at least sell the good ones to me and make a little bit of money back. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
because he's just got totes of, because he
Well, that's what
was
I'm
doing
saying.
electronic.
Yeah, if you had 100 pounds and you paid $2 a pound, you still would have made money and you probably would have found something else, you know? All
Yeah.
you needed to
Well,
find is what, 5% of them to actually be worth something. And then
yeah.
you then you sell them pre-sorted for $1 a pound or
Yeah.
a pound. Hey,
Well,
now we're
so
thinking.
hang on, what is that? 100 times, so if it's 100 pounds
Yeah.
at $5, that's $500, right? Yeah.
Right. And all I'm saying is if you talked them down to 250 a pound, let's say to buy them all, you still would have at
Yeah.
least broken even if only
Mhm.
one out of 500 remotes was worth anything, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
all you would have to do is find like another what 10 remotes, point 2% to be worth a little bit more.
but most of them aren't worth $300. They're
Yeah, and
worth
your
like
time is worth
$20.
something too. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Um, yeah, because what that would be, yeah, that'd be $250 for 100 pounds. And yeah, I mean, out of all those, I I think you would have a hard time breaking even at $250
Yeah, yeah.
because, like, yeah, most of them are junk, except for unless you find that one that's worth $300 and then five other ones. Because I sorted through all of them and I picked out literally the only ones that were worth anything that I
Yeah.
could find at least. But anyways, yeah, that was a remote deal I did.
Nice,
So yeah,
nice.
and then also I'm reaching out on marketplace for digital cameras as well to flip those. You flipped
Mhm.
some, the other day. I bought
Yeah,
this
dude, I
one.
got one today.
Oh, nice.
Hold on, give me a second. I'll tell you what I got.
Yeah.
Uh, see if it actually came in, but it was like here we go. Okay, it's called a Black Magic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro.
Huh.
And I got they do wanted 950 and it looks like they're selling for 1700 on eBay. So
The sold listings have sold for that. Oh wow.
I know that's
See,
solid.
I'm trying to get into more higher end ones,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I just don't want to, spend $1,000 to make $100. I want to spend like 900 to make 500 plus. Plus, when you account for the fees and whatnot, it hits you hard. Like you're paying on a $1,500 deal, you're paying over 100 in fees or whatever
Well,
it is.
the way I look at it is I want to make a certain amount per unit of effort. And
Yeah,
so I would spend 1,000 to make 100. It just depends on how much effort.
exactly.
Like if I had to go
If I
meet him and I had to like, yeah, do all that. If I had to actually
list
lift it
it,
myself, if I
yeah,
had to flip it myself, then no, I'm not going to do
yeah,
that. I want to
exactly.
make at least, let's say 200. Um, but
Yeah,
dude, I got an A7 IV a couple weeks back for $1,000. Sold it
yep,
for 1920. So I got 1730,
yeah.
30 bucks on one deal, dude.
I've seen that. I've been looking at a couple of those around that price range, and yeah, I'm trying to offer around 1,000, and I haven't had any bites yet, but we'll find somebody.
Yeah, the problem is that the price new is probably 4 or 5 grand, and so for them to sell for a
Oh
thousand,
yeah,
like a big stretch.
yeah,
They rather just keep it and put it in their drawer than let like,
But,
you
yeah.
know, some guy like take them.
Flip it. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm doing that too. I bought this one for $100 and it's sold on eBay for 300. So I'll make like over 150. And that one was just right down the road. So it was like only 5 minutes away.
Dude, you're the man. That is great stuff. I appreciate you doing this. You didn't have to do this, but you did.
Yeah, I
This
just want to inspire some people because I
yeah.
feel like I've been trying to hustle like this for majority of my life and I haven't found anything up until the phones. And then now I'm exploring into different stuff as well. And I mean, dude, for most people, if you even just made an extra 100, $200, even a month, a week, is great. But even just a couple $100 a month for most people, like that goes a long way.
Um, I can tell you from experience, sharing this information will bless your life tremendously. And it's better to give than to receive.
Yeah.
And yeah, the truth is, even charging, not charging, it's all the same.
Yeah.
I think it's important to keep a spirit of giving and like truly giving more than you receive when it comes to the knowledge and not trying to just charge people tons of money.
Right.
But this is how I started. I started just sharing with anybody listen. I did that for probably 3 years before I even came out with a course, you know.
Right.
And even now, my course isn't, some outrageous amount where I'm trying to just cash out on people's future investments. But okay, let's wrap this up. Is there any final points you need to make?
I'd say just get started. I mean, I
Okay,
think
well, tell people how to get in touch with you. What's the best way to get
just
you?
Facebook is probably the best
Facebook?
way. Yep, Zechariah Hatten.
Zechariah Hatton. Thank
Attached
you.
in
Thank
or
you.
something.
So yeah, so sorry. Zech, right?
Yeah.
And then your last name is Hatten.
Yep.
Uh, and help some people out. And if you I would say organize your thoughts a little bit, make some videos, and help some folks out. The coaching industry does get a lot of bad press because again, people in general are not doing the right thing, but that doesn't mean you don't have to. So, all right, y'all. If you have any other questions, hit me up. If you're having trouble finding Zach, then just message me and I'll send you his way. Um, thank you for being here, and I'm gonna end that right here.